Hello students, let us start off with chapter 1, crop production and management. Now why do we need food? We need food because it provides us with energy, and this energy is required to perform the various activities in our body like nutrition, respiration, excretion, etc. Now from where do we get this food? We get food either from plants or from animals. In a country like India, where there is such a huge population, the question arises, how will we feed such a huge population? For this, we need proper and regular production, proper management and distribution. Now what is a crop? A crop is a particular type of plant grown in a particular area in large scale. Examples for crops are cereals, fruits, vegetables, pulses and millets. Now these crops, they need different climatic conditions like temperature, humidity, rainfall, etc. In India, there are two growing seasons, that is the Kharif crops and the Rabi crops. Kharif crops are the crops which are grown in the rainy season, that is from June to September. Examples for these are paddy, maize, soybean, etc. While Rabi crops are winter crops grown from October to March. Example for this are wheat, gram, peas, etc. Now let us see the various agricultural practices that are followed. First of all, preparation of the soil. Next is sowing, manuring, irrigation, removal of weeds, harvesting and storage. Let us now see preparation of soil in detail. Now why do we need to prepare the soil? Preparation of soil means loosening and turning of the soil. Let us see how this helps in the growth of plants. When soil is loosened and turned, it helps the roots to penetrate deep into the soil and also makes the soil porous, thus gives the roots enough space to breathe. Next, turning and loosening of the soil also encourages the growth of microorganisms and earthworms. These are very essential because they increase the soil fertility by adding humus to the soil. Now turning and loosening also helps to bring the nutrient-rich topsoil to the upper part of the soil, thus the roots can easily absorb the nutrients. Turning and loosening is also known as plowing or tilling. For plowing or tilling, the traditional tool plow is used, which is either made of wood or iron. Before plowing or tilling, usually the land is watered. This is to make plowing easy. After plowing the land, the soil has large clumps or crumbs. These crumbs of soil have to be powdered. This is done by a leveler and the process is known as leveling. Sometimes manure is also added before plowing. This practice is followed because if we do this, the manure gets well mixed with the soil. Now let us see the various tools that are used for plowing and tilling. The first and foremost is the plow. The plow has been used since a long time and it is a traditional tool made of either iron or wood. It has a triangular piece made of iron which is known as the plowshare. Attached to the plowshare is a long log or rod-like structure which is known as the plow shaft. At the other end of the plow shaft is a handle which is attached to a beam, and this beam is placed on the neck of the oxen or bullock. The next tool is a hoe. Hoe is used to turn and loosen the soil and also for removing the weeds. It has a long handle made either of wood or iron to which is attached a flat, thin, broad metal. Next, cultivator. The cultivator helps in loosening and turning the soil. It is a modern method and it saves energy and time. Next is sowing. Now, what are the precautions we must take while selecting a seed? The seeds should be healthy, good quality and clean. Now, how will we decide what are good seeds and which one is bad? We have to soak it in water, and when we soak the seeds in water, the good seeds will sink to the bottom while the poor quality ones float in water because they are hollow, and since they are hollow, they are light. This is a good method to decide whether the seeds or to separate the good seeds from the bad ones. Now, sowing is done traditionally. Now, how is this traditional tool functioning? There is a funnel-shaped structure which is attached to 2 or 3 tubes, and at the end of the tubes are sharp objects. Now, seeds are put into the funnel-like structure which passes through the tubes and reaches the soil. The sharp object pierces the soil and thus the seeds are put or sowed into the soil. This is the traditional method. Now, seed drills are modern methods. The seeds drill is attached to the cultivator or the tractor. The seed drill ensures that the seeds are sowed at regular intervals and proper depth. And also it ensures that the seeds are covered. This prevents the seed from being eaten by the birds. Sowing of the seeds at regular intervals is very important. This prevents overcrowding. Now, overcrowding will affect the growth of the plants because the plants may compete with each other for space, sunlight, water and nutrients. With that, we have come to the end of today's session. Thank you.